Is it 2010 again? I'm not really sure, because we're talking about cars that used to be like the most popular big banging cars you could possibly imagine. Like if you wanted to be a cool kid with the long sleeve American Eagle shirts, you bought one of these two cars. It's almost as if UV blue is cool again. Ugh, it's not cool again. It never will be cool. I'm Alex at F on Instagram. On today's episode of Opposite Lanes, we're going to be comparing two of the oldest OG fighter cars that you could get if you wanted a European tuner car. We're taking a look at whether you should own a Volkswagen R32 or an Audi TT 1.8 12V turbo. I need that. Okay, so what were you saying?
Okay, so for when you drive it, it's a small motor.
Small motor.
Big turbo.
Big turbo.
So you gotta like build it up before you like really get all the way into it.
Yep, build boost.
It's also very low. So
very low.
It's gonna scrape on like everything.
Okay.
And if it's running but not moving, it'll eventually start to overheat because I haven't put my new radiator and fans in yet.
Okay, so it bangs on the ground and it overheats.
Yes.
So pretty much any modified car ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool beans.
All right, sounds good. Edgar, any testimonials or confessions you'd like to make before I drive yours?
No AC.
No air conditioning.
Also have no AC.
And no air conditioning.
Bang gears, have fun.
Neither of them have air conditioning. How do neither of them have air conditioning? That doesn't make any sense. So this is Riley's Audi TT. It's got airlift 3P. It's got a Franken FT23 turbo, billet internals, headers, turbo back exhaust, rear seat delete. It's got some hardbacks for seats, headlights, taillights. It's got some lips, some spoilers, ESR CS3s, 18x8.5s, matte face, polished lip. Actually, pretty much any wheel on Audi TTs are gonna be super narrow, just like the R32s, because they don't have a whole lot of wheel well space. So why you'd want to have an Audi TT versus an R32? Well, I guess that really depends on, well, the looks for the most part. Everybody will talk about how the R32 and the Audi TT are almost identical in nature. Now, if you get the 3.2 in the TT, you get the DSG transmission, which is a little bit of a finicky option. This one is the 1.8T, so this one has the manual in it, which is actually keeping its reliableness as much as an Audi TT could actually be reliable. It would be the same if not for that, pretty much. One of the biggest things that you have to remember if you are getting an Audi TT, the short wheelbase, how low it is to the ground naturally even before air, and then of course the actual 1.8T with some modifications, an absolute blast to drive. If you're looking for something that's going to be quicker around the bends, quicker just overall, and something that might just open up an orifice or two, an Audi TT, especially modified, is going to do that. It's literally like it's from iRobot, because it's got the bubbliest of bubble butts you could possibly imagine from 2001. Because all 2001 cars seem to feature something super unique. Now, if you didn't know, these cars used to fly up in the air. Literally. I mean, at high speeds, they would lift and then it would cause a whole bunch of high-speed crashes. This one no longer does that because it's got this piece. Probably one of the few spoilers I know that my friends own where it actually does anything about the car. This is more of a car that is a little bit more of a bubble butt, and to make it look good, it is a little bit harder. It takes a little bit more finesse, one might say, to make an Audi TT really look good, because they can look super cheap if you do them the wrong way. Reliability out of the 1.8T isn't half bad at all, and if you manage to just kind of keep the modifications low key, it should behave relatively pretty well, especially with the manual transmission. But Riley then went and modified it, put a big old turbo on it, and now it doesn't have any AC. So in terms of reliability, once you modify it, who actually knows? This is a 2004 Volkswagen R32. This is Edgar's. Edgar has three airlift. He's got air, and then he's got rotiforms, 18x8.5, same sort of setup, and that is pretty much it. Now, why you'd want to get an R32? Well, besides the fact that these were like the cat's Golf back in the day. They are an insanely fun car, and if you're looking for something that has a super interesting exhaust note, the R32, everything in this, especially with the shorter wheelbase, the shorter exhaust, it is an absolute banger to listen to. On top of that, the interiors on these cars, especially Volkswagens, cannot be beat. They have some of the best interiors you could possibly imagine. Now, even though Audi is literally the bigger brother of it, I do really enjoy the Volkswagen interior just a little bit more, if that's kind of your thing. Plus, it's not as dated as the Audi is. Now, the R32, in my eyes, I think has more functionality. You can see it because it's got the big old Ruski. You can put more stuff in the back. 2 people can actually sit in the back. Try fitting 2 people in the back of an Audi TT, and you'll just have to remove your head to make it work. One of the biggest things with R32s, though, that it does start to suffer from, that the Audi doesn't suffer from as much, is rust. I don't know what it is with R32s. I don't know if it was because of just the paint or where the vehicle is actually owned, but rust tends to attack R32s a little bit more than your Audis do for some reason. You'll see it especially in the rocker panels and near the fenders where you'll see that the most. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that the R32 is still $10,000 used right now, whereas compared to an Audi TT, especially a clean one, you're probably paying more around 12-ish. Now, you can get some cheap ones, but almost all R32s are around that 10 grand range, which means you could still probably pick one up as a daily driver and not have to get, you wouldn't have to lie on your FAFSA to actually get the car. If you want people to sit in the back of your car, R32, seats. Audi TT, no seats. If you want hatch design that looks slightly better over time compared to something that might be a little bit more contemporary, R32. If you want something a little bit more difficult to make look good but looks really good when you do nail it, TT. If you want to deal with more rust than usual compared to your standard vehicle, especially up north, maybe R32. Don't worry, your Audi TT will get there too. The R32 has the best headlights known to man. Because just look at how nice they are. Look at how sweet they are. Look at how iconic they are. Like, these ones aren't bad. They're not bad, but they don't go really much anywhere else. Like, they don't look like something that would be iconic on the car. Then it actually just kind of sort of went away with the new edition, the new generation. Whereas these ones, you know what's coming down the street. You know what it is when you're looking at it. You know that it's a Volkswagen. It just has everything that makes a Volkswagen from the front. Whereas this one still does, but it's just not, I don't know. If it was 2010 me and I had my Bieber hair and I was listening to My Chemical Romance and Panic at the Disco, I would probably say that this is a little bit more of a timeless design than the TT. Okay. Whew. Baby car. Oh gosh. It's not that I don't like modified cars. All I'm saying is that sometimes I just want to be able to get into a car normally without having to break my back and then putting it back in place later. Are these racing seats? Oh, thank gosh. They got the normal seat belts? Instant win. Ah, yes. The iconic that is scary. The real question on whether you want to own an Audi TT or an R32 depends upon how often do you like your check engine light on. Riley, if I break your car, it's not my fault. When you hear noises like that and you just get a little bit scared? Just went into limp mode. All right, calm down. Let's try this again. Okay, so nice and easy. So in a normal Audi TT, they're very reliable. 1.8Ts do a pretty good job. Specifically in Riley's, I'm not entirely sure that statement still stands. but I've already put it into limp mode once. Every single light is on that could be on. An airbag, check engine, I think a traction control light in there. I want to do one pull, because if I can do one pull without it going into limp mode, I'll be happy. But we gotta go out and we gotta go to Mexico to do that. I'm so scared. I feel like I'm driving just a ticking time bomb. All right. So 3,500. That does sound extremely good. That sounds like a ton of fun. Now you have to wait and be patient, otherwise it's gonna break. Yeah, buddy. And it drives really good. It's kind of like being in a relationship you know you shouldn't be in. Like, you only try to find the good because there's so much bad. But like, I'm willing to turn the other way a little bit and not focus on the fact it goes into limp mode if you push on it under 3,000 RPMs. You have to just keep an eye on that AFR. All right. Definitely a faster car. The interior quality in here, if anybody is wondering, superb. I still prefer the R32, not because of just sheer quality, but just the fact that I just like it more. I think the interior of the TT can start to look a little boring sometimes because you only have 5 buttons and then this weird AC system setup, but if you get past that, it's pretty cool. The interior, I love all the aluminum, whether it's real or not, depends on what piece you're looking at. But I want to give this car back before I accidentally blow it up. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. It's every 18-year-old's dream with their first turbo. Oh, the good news is once your center monitor warms up, most of the pixelation goes away. Now let's find out how the R32 does with that. But it's like a Christmas tree in here. I don't know which color or number to look at because they all are telling me that something is wrong. Don't scrape. Ah, didn't scrape, baby. Why can none of these seats go forward? I don't want to go back. Oh God, I lost my phone. Probably how I lost my keys. Are you joking? So this is Edgar's R32 with now a super long throw because I pushed the car further away. Hi. I'm just gonna go film the car. I'm gonna try not to break it. He said it's a Volkswagen, it might. Ah! Why is the seat so... Ah! I literally have to drive it all the way back here. Okay, it's got a short throw shifter, let us go. You might be asking yourself, Alex, what's one of the negatives of this car? Let me tell you, look at the check engine light. Every single one, I swear, every single one. And I gotta take off my shoe for this too. All right, okay. I have my pinky toe all the way down. This car's already been easier to drive. Let's see how it actually drives though. I used to have a friend that had an R32, his name was Sam Spooner. car was broken more than it was ever driven. And so I always thought that R32s were pretty unreliable, at least in my unconfirmed experience. Little did I know they're actually not terribly unreliable, as long as you try not to modify them to the moon. Just driving this car, it's not as fast, right? But the visibility in this car is insane. Obviously, it's a hatch, I get it. But just like the window line that you have here is nuts to me when you compare it to the TT. And like behind all of the space and all of the windows, and just a good tone. It just has a good tone. The Audi TT is super loud, obnoxious in your face, mostly because it's modified. Obviously, I get it. But I would say if you were to put it dollar for dollar next to each other from like a stock perspective or a lighter modified perspective, the R32 is just the exhaust note. You can't beat it. You also can't beat the check engine light, but I mean, who are we kidding? My seat went back. My seat went further back. Help! Help! Neither of these cars have AC. It's gonna get real warm in here real fast. The short throw shifter is a nice touch. I do like that. I like that the buttons are more square in this versus the circular that the TT has. I know this has the double dim, but I do like having a face for the radio instead of it hiding behind this, like that aluminum sheath, whatever it may be. I gotta drive like all the way back like this so that I don't miss a gear by accident, because that would be unfortunate. Finger guns. Oh, a little scary. Little less connected, but that's okay. I don't know. When I think about an R32 and I see one driving down the road, I almost always smile. When I see an Audi TT, I just don't know if they're modified or if they're owned by somebody that bought one in 2001 and just like kept it stock. I think for some reason the R32 has a more special place in my heart, and I think a lot of that just has to do with the age that I grew up in, that these were the cars to argue against a lot back around 2010 mark, because they were a great bargain buy. You could drag race them, you could autocross them. They sounded fantastic. The Audi TT is definitely more of a tuner car. It's a European tuner car that can break necks, mostly in speed. I think about the R32 and I think of it being more of a consensual daily driver for the sophisticated four-year college student or community college individual that knows that they're eventually going to get kicked out of their apartment, so they need to have enough space in the back of their car to put their tools and their half-broken motorcycle that they bought for $500. This does all of that. You could even put a Grom back here. You could probably tow something, but probably not recommended. This car didn't die. Why? Because Edgar didn't modify it to the point of it being broken all the time. Hell yeah, brother. I'm sweating balls. I'm sweating all over. Mostly because these cars don't have AC. Why don't these cars have AC? It blows my mind. Now I'm sweating more. When you're looking at an Audi TT or an R32, the real question is which one can you do with having the check engine light on longer? Or which one are you gonna modify to the point of it being undrivable? Both of these cars can do both of those things. And when you're looking at Riley's TT, which sounds like it wants to eat you, or Edgar's R32, which actually you could take to the grocery store without worrying about it blowing up, the options are pretty much endless. This car is and will always be more practical than this one, but this one is more unique and likely would catch more eyes than this one. That one in my eyes will always be a soft spot, and this one will always be a neat one to look at, as long as it doesn't go flying off the road because it doesn't have a spoiler on it. Let us know what you want us to talk about in the next episode of Opposite Lanes, and we hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're looking for aftermarket wheels, tires, or suspension for your R32 or Audi TT, check us out over at fitmentindustries.com. I'm Alex from Fitment Industries. Drop a comment below on what you'd like to see us compare next. I'm gonna go sing more songs because it sounds like fun. Which one is more reliable? Neither, because they're both turbo European cars. Wait, that one's not turbo. They're both, no, they're not even European. They're both, wait, yes they are. They're both just sometimes difficult cars to own. And whether you want one or not is completely dependent on how much money you're willing to put into the car.